What's up, guys? Told y'all I was going to make another video, and this next one would be a beer review, and so I'm going to keep my promise. I'm sorry it didn't go up last night. I stayed up the night before, went to a concert, and got like 3 hours of sleep. So when it was all said and done, after I got home, got done doing the stuff that I needed to do after I got off work, it was like midnight, and I was like, fuck this, I'm exhausted, I'm going to sleep, so I went to bed. Now, I do want to apologize. It's really windy, and that window right there is not, like, the best window in the world. Yeah, I know I need to get new blinds because that fucking one's broken. But a lot of wind noise is coming through. I don't know if the camera's picking it up or not, but you can hear it, or I can hear it. So if you hear the wind noise, I apologize. And the fucking refrigerator just kicked on. But, like I said, we're doing a beer review today, and, I'm not going to be able to do this beer as much justice as I would like to because when me and my wife and our kids had to move out of the house we were in, I left all my beer glasses there. My wife told me that all of the glassware was packed, and all of it got packed except for my beer glasses. So I'm going to be picking those up from my mother-in-law tomorrow. So I'm going to have to do this in a pint glass. And so, I mean, the beer we're reviewing today is Blue Moon, okay? Now, this is a Belgian white, or what most people would call a Belgian wit, but it's not your typical Belgian wit beer. And I don't know how well you can see this, but yeah, you see that line right there? That line? That's all the sedimentation, okay? That's all particles in the beer that are usually settled down at the bottom. Sorry. A little plugged up. Y'all might be able to tell, maybe not. But, so if I'm coughing, that's why. I can't breathe out of this nostril right here. But, in my fridge, I store these laying down on the bottom shelf so I can fit more. And when you have beers that have sedimentation on them, or in them, God almighty, it settles to the bottom. So if the bottle's on its side, it's going to settle to the side of the glass bottle. So, but it is a Belgian style wheat ale, is what it claims. 5.4% alcohol by volume, brewed by Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado, which I think is actually Coors. I could be wrong, but I will correct that if I am in the description. So, twist top, nothing fancy. Now, I don't know how many of y'all have seen glasses like this, but these are my wife's glasses, and they are blue. So the color on the beer is not going to be accurate. So, unfortunately, I will do the best I possibly can. Now, on beers like this, wit beers, things that like to settle, they have some sediments and they like to settle, what you do is go ahead and pour it, and then you leave about, leave about that much beer in there, and then you swoosh it, try to get all the sediment off. But since this was on its side, I'm going to have to do something really stupid. So, we're going to let that head go down a little bit, or maybe I can get it to work. I might be able to get it. Let's see. Ooh. Well, let me spill beer on the table. That's a good idea. There you go, idiot. There we go. Hey, that's not bad at all. I got it to go good. Yeah, that looks pretty looking. So, yeah, spilled beer on the table. Sorry about that. Like I said, it's a Belgian wit. So, cloudy, very cloudy. Can't see through it. The light is right there, so you can't really see through it, especially after dropping that sediment down. It gets real foggy. For a big conglomerate beer, Head's pretty good. One finger backing out the dirty nails, of course. Um, Smell is going to be pretty hard because I got one nostril I'm relying on. And this happened like within the last hour. And I was like, I'm not going to postpone doing this beer review. So, trooper in it for you guys. You get peppercorns. You know what peppercorns are? Those little things that you stick in oranges in elementary school to make an air freshener for your mom for the fall season. It's very peppery, kind of orangey. I get what would be like a slight barley malt and not really hoppy, to be honest with you. So, well, color should be golden, but it's more of a like brown in this blue glass, but it should be a golden orange. So, here we go. I do have to say, for a big name beer, Blue Moon is very, very good. I've noticed, especially where I live, it's a love it or hate it relationship for people with Blue Moon. Excuse me. They either really like it or they hate it. You know, there's no getting around it. Excuse me. Me personally, I'm happy to drink this for a restaurant, and I want something that's not an adjunct lager. And they've got Blue Moon. I'm happy to drink it. Okay. So, at the beginning, as soon as it touches your mouth, hit those spicy notes. Then, kind of cleans up and gets crisp. And it almost tries to do that Hefeweizen trick where it has banana flavor, but there's no banana in it. But it doesn't quite get there. It's more barley malt, you know, sweetness kind of. And then the back end is nice and crisp and clean. It doesn't linger. It does leave an aftertaste, but it's not unpleasant. It clings to the glass pretty good. The head disappeared pretty quick on me. But this isn't a craft beer. So comparing it to craft beers is unfair, but comparing it to other big name beers like Budweiser and Coors and Miller and stuff, it boxes well above its weight class, to be honest with you. It's by far one of my favorite of the big name conglomerate beer brewers. It's one of my favorites. I enjoy it. What's funny is I actually, first time I ever had a Blue Moon, I was not a beer, you know, I don't want to say connoisseur, because I wasn't a big craft beer drinker. I drank pretty much swill, you know, 40s, Four Locos, juice, and a buddy of mine was like, here, try this. I was like, what is it? And he's like, it's beer. And I was like, what is it, dark beer? And he's like, no, not really. It's kind of light. And I was like, well, dude, I don't like dark beer. Like, at the time, the heaviest beer I drink is Budweiser. And he was like, just try it, man. And so I'm drinking out of the bottle. I'm like, wow, this is different. You know, this is really cool. And he was like, well, you should try it in a glass. So poured it in a glass for me and squeezed an orange peel into it because he's big into beer. And to be honest with you, that was what kind of won me over, you know, and kind of set the stage and transferred me from being just a drink beer to get drunk kind of guy to okay, I can drink beer to enjoy it. And of course I drank beer to enjoy it, but it was always Budweiser and Coors Original, Yellow Bellies and stuff like that. It wasn't good beer. And so I kind of owe him for that one. But it's kind of hard to rate this one because it's one of the best of the, you know, what we would call value beers, but it doesn't quite touch craft beers. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give this thing a 7 out of 10. Reason being is down here in Texas, Blue Moon's kind of expensive. And if you can spend the money on Blue Moon, you can spend the money on a craft beer that's far better. So you could get like Sierra Nevada or something like that that's far better. But I'm not going to give it such a low rating because not a lot of people are that brave. They don't want to step off into that territory, but they're curious. And so for being a big name beer, it's very good. So I'm going to give this one a 7 out of 10. And just kind of keep an eye out. I'm going to record one more video tonight because I teased some of my people on YouTube with something. And so I'm not going to be an asshole and not come through on that promise. So I'm going to go ahead and review that tonight, get it out of the way, and then the next one will be a beer review. Actually, I might do 2 dip reviews tonight. I don't know. Kind of trying to get the channel loaded up with stuff for y'all to watch, but I did have one of my dip viewers from my old channel come over and subscribe to this one. It's UT Southpaw. God, I can't remember the last part of it. Shout out to you, buddy. You've commented on a lot of my videos. You've given me big support, so shout out to you. If you like beer, watch some of my beer videos. We'll see you in the next one. Adios.